Got it. But you got it. I think they have to do that online too. Everybody has to.
Everybody. That way you know that you're being.
That's right. That's right. You know, we're always the ones doing it. We're never the ones watching it. So, you know.
So I saw hundreds of people at graduations this last week, so I thought that'd be an appropriate.
That was
To
legit.
get it going.
That was legit. I mean, a great guitar solo. There's not many things better, right? I
No.
mean, come on.
That's what's wrong with the society right now.
That's it.
You notice most pop or most rock music, pop music, all that, there are no more guitar solos.
I know it.
That's when the world was
And the
weird.
saxophone is an existing.
Saxophone is, that's more.
Hey, come on.
That's
See? Yeah.
That's Kitty G.
Kitty G.
I'm looking.
Okay,
Just in
good.
case.
Good.
Okay, hopefully they're all joining.
Perfect. Sorry, Nicole. Welcome back to team meeting. I got back last night from Moab in Utah. Have you guys ever been there? Who's been there before?
Go through it.
Unreal. We did like those crazy custom UTVs up on like the hillsides and just going like rock climbing with machines. It was amazing. I highly advise going and checking it out. The weather is incredible, and it was a brothers trip. Our first brothers trip where it was just my older brother, myself, and my little brother, and it was a blast. So highly advise it.
Okay,
All right. Oh, another one.
we're having a few technical issues here,
No, we're not. Watch this. Ready? Bam.
but
Pass the buckets.
if you can get those going, I'm gonna make our co-host the co-host again.
And remember, if you put your card in one of these, we will keep them in that drawer over there. Oh, I don't know why I just did that. And we got cards. Ready to rock? Okay, come on. There we go. Boom. Okay. We've got, oh, Wham, hit it. Blake?
By the way, while Tim's passing the buckets, let's say thank you to Matt and Jennifer for more donuts today.
That's awesome. I appreciate that.
Yeah, they found them last week. And no, sorry, they're fresh.
Oh. It was out by the dumpster all by itself. Free. Okay. Those ones were actually fresh and warm this morning, so if you haven't had a fresh
That's what
donut-
people say about me.
Oh, Mike. There we go again. Okay, I got it.
Nope.
Oh,
We have
people are saying good morning.
Well, good
Cassandra, good morning.
good morning to
Ruthie,
you all.
good morning.
I can't let everybody in fast enough. We're trying to make Nicole co-host and the Zoom is not
Whenever
cooperating.
people are saying good morning all the time, I always feel like I'm back at church. It's like, hey, good morning.
Greet a neighbor, talk amongst yourself.
Can we do this now?
I don't know. I can't find Nicole.
Oh, she's in there. Or maybe she was the one that got kicked out. Right?
Nicole.
There she is. More.
There.
Hi,
She's
co-host. Yes.
Yes, I want to make her. That's why I said that.
There we
Stupid
go.
machine.
Okay, and we'll click and we'll say last week's culture winner was.
Hold on, Nicole, are you there? Are you co-host?
Yeah, we're good.
Hey, everybody say hi to
Yay.
Nicole.
Hi, everybody say hi, Nicole. 1, 2, 3. Hi, Nicole. There we go.
Hey, Nicole, what's going on in your life in about 2 or 3 weeks?
I'm getting married.
That's exciting. And Sarah was our culture winner last
She
week.
was. Let me get the info up.
And you got your little thing. Oh,
Yes.
I did it. I accidentally clicked it.
What?
Here we go.
Go ahead.
Boom.
Kevin Colstad's winner this week. I told you.
Okay, you're right.
Okay, so here's what Sarah said. Hey, Mike, I won't be at the meeting, but I think I would like to nominate Kevin Colstad because we recently had a very difficult deal and he kept a positive attitude and was very understanding through the entire transaction. So I'm not sure who's recently had it. It's hard to choose. She had 2 or 3 she was thinking of, but he won. So we're adding a new feature today. Kevin's not in here, is he? Grab your phone.
Everybody grab your phone. Don't look at your email. Just
Oh,
pull
like
up,
they're not doing that already.
just pull up text message.
You're
And we're
gonna-
all gonna text.
We're all gonna text Kevin and say congratulations on winning culture.
All right, so everybody in here and online,
If you need his number, it is 417
417
693
693
7924.
7924. So If you don't have your phone out, you're lame.
Okay, we should tell them not to have it out. Okay, so text them congrats or something cool like that.
I said if they don't have their phone out.
Oh, I've heard,
Yes.
I have selective hearing. I'm a man.
He'll never.
Hot and fresh one.
That's right. Okay, cool.
Okay, we ready?
Yay to Kevin, congratulations. So
Yes.
this is a fun thing. If they're not here, we're gonna text them so they know exactly
So
what's
they
happening.
know that, and this, remember, if you don't know, this is the award that you get. This is the Stephas Award, honoring Ron Stephas, who helped launch the KW office here. And you
then-
get to
so
keep
this one you get for the week.
week.
You get this to go on your desk, and over time, there will be these little soldiers all over reminding us of the impacts Ron had, and you'll see them all around the building.
So special, so special.
Very cool.
And I mean, I do miss Speedy, but I mean, this is definitely better than that. So
Yeah.
there we go. All right, we're gonna keep going. Obviously, there we are on the 17th. That's today. I saw Dan Turkel.
Yeah,
I saw the man, the myth, the legend.
he's back.
And obviously, he had a baby not too long ago.
He did?
He's been out and on
Wow.
baby duty. And now he's back. So we're very excited to see that. We also have contract to close with Don Klepper today. Our
True.
broker associate.
One thing
That
back.
class is actually canceled today. Sorry. He texted us this morning. So
Well, then I'm glad
contract
I
to
said
close
it.
is canceled.
Awesome.
One thing back on Dan, he was talking the other day, he said, I heard these people before that had kids say they have no free time. I couldn't get it. And now he gets it.
It's the truth. Like you're not your own anymore at that
I
point.
always say kids and pets will screw up your calendar and your house.
Yes. They add so much warmth and love, Mike.
So, yeah.
You don't know who you are until you have children. All right. Oh, and we had Red Day, which was a huge success.
Yes, it was so awesome.
Who was at Red Day? And if you're online, you can raise your hand and say I was there. It was so much fun. I would say, honestly, of all the Red Days that I've been a part of, that was probably one of the most efficient, most effective, most fun, and well-organized Red Days I've ever seen.
One of the coolest things, that night, Dogwood Ranch put a post out on social media with the montage of all the stuff we've done. And that was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Now, I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Nicole. That was so much work, and she did an incredible job. Let's all give Nicole a round of applause. And I want to give a huge shout out to our culture committee. Obviously, Amy Malaya, you are incredible if you're watching this. She's not here this morning, but she and her
She's
culture
taking a
committee
break.
did an incredible job organizing that with our sponsors and the amount of money we raised. How much was it? Over
I
20,000.
think it was 22,000.
$22,000 we were able to hand to them, and that is just so neat. So very, very fun.
So we just want to say thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Go slow so they can see them all.
Okay. I haven't seen that movie in forever.
It's a classic.
Oh my goodness gracious, The Office.
And the final one I put on here, because as far as I know, no one got in any poop that day.
That's surprising.
Oh my.
So.
That was so bad. You hurt me inside
I know.
sometimes. Okay, vendors, yes.
And only one ATV flip, Rachel says. Yeah. I don't know if you knew that one of their guys flipped over had a flat tire and the ATV flipped on him.
Yeah, that was amazing. The husband of the family that started it, I forget his name, he was the guy with the kind of longer beard. Brian? And yeah, he was like going on the slope near the houses and totally tipped over. Luckily, it rolled, but not on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Very cool.
You ready?
Okay, so our vendors, anybody online first?
onward, or anybody online that wants to shout out before we acknowledge people that are in the room?
Cam with Goosehead is online.
Cam with Goosehead.
We can get quotes in 2 minutes.
Very cool.
2
There he
minutes.
is. I see him.
That's fast. Okay.
That's less than 3
That's
minutes.
less than 3 minutes.
We're all about stats and numbers this week.
That's
so.
just painful.
Okay, George Brockman.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, George.
Say something about
Say
yourself
something.
real quick.
George Brockman with Chosen on Warranty, and this is my birthday week.
Hey, happy birthday.
We should sing to him.
No, it's
Thank you. And sitting right next to him is Jess.
Hey guys, Jess Bowman, Bowman Insurance Group. We're just so thankful for you guys. You guys are amazing. And we appreciate everyone you send our way. So thank you.
Thank you for bringing your UTV out there. A lot of people were having a blast on that thing.
Yeah,
So
you're welcome.
Good job. Yeah, Kim, did you need something?
I'm just
Yes.
crazy.
Jonathan Rodhouse.
Jonathan Rodhouse, 417 Reiki, James Locks for Homes Businesses. Sorry, we missed Red Day.
Yeah,
I
we
know.
noticed.
But you came to. Wow.
No.
But he's been the most faithful coming to book club every Tuesday morning.
Speaking of,
8:15. We have been reading Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. If you have not read this book, you have to get it. It is so good. We in this industry are and should be studying negotiations. If you're not, you're actually not, in my opinion, doing your total fiduciary duty to your clients. And that book, Never Split the Difference, is all about. He's the #1 FBI hostage negotiator, and he wrote a book about negotiations when it really matters. It's amazing.
and you need somebody like that in the real estate world.
That's exactly right. So we're going to study negotiations for the rest of this month. Come to book club on Tuesday mornings. And we're going to announce what next book month, but I can't even say it, next month's book club will be.
There we go.
How about that?
Onward, did you want to come up here or just stand up back there?
Yeah, we'll go up there because Casey Cooper's gonna go up there too, so.
Come on up, Casey. While they're coming up, I'm going to draw for our vendor winner of the day. Actually, I'm not. You get to choose. Don't look, don't look.
Up there. No.
I guess I know what I was saying.
417.
I won already, so.
Oh, he's won this month, and he's honest. That's good in the locksmith.
George. You win.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, birthday.
It's a birthday, Andy's.
Oh, there you go.
Yay. Come on up, ladies.
I forgot to put a card in, but I'm here.
Oh, yay.
I did want to say I'm going to apologize. I'm with WeMove. I was very excited to be involved with Red Day. Locked it off. Didn't schedule anything. My guys drove to Dogwood Canyon, and so in return, we did not really help out much with Red Day.
That's a great story.
I shut up for about 45 minutes. Did what I could.
So anybody,
That's not a good sign, but it's not a good sign.
so when they move stuff for you though, they'll move it to the right
We
location.
will make sure the address is
Anybody else out here that we missed before we come to Onward? Oh, Amy.
Amy with the collective home staging, and I just want to say that Red Day was amazing for me this year because I showed up and I was not on the list. They had nowhere to put me, so they put me into a group where we were going to clean, and instead I got to go shopping, and we got to stage the room that they use for counseling before the therapy.
Oh, how cool.
And so we
Amazing. She did an amazing job.
Jess was helping,
It was
Amy,
so fun.
Malia. We actually had a really group of awesome people that came together that were perfect for that. Christina Ferrante with 417 Home Loans she went shopping with me, but we did a surprise makeover. They had no idea we were gonna do it, and it was awesome.
It was like an episode of like a show. And honestly,
It was.
it was so impressive to
It was
see what it
cool.
was before. They took
amazing.
before pictures.
Oh, really?
Maybe we'll have to share it in next week's team meeting because it was
Yes.
really quite astonishing.
Well, Amy has a video
Oh,
of what's the woman's name?
Dana.
Dana, thank you. When she came in and saw it for the first time.
so
Oh, my God.
it really
Oh,
turned it into
she
a.
believe it. She could.
It turned that
That's what everybody
beautiful
said.
place into a showroom. It was so cool, very neat. Okay.
Okay, so cameras on you all for the moment. How many of you made a connection outside of just business at Red Day and felt like you got more emotionally connected to people here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I wanted that to be seen outside. Mark, go ahead, get your phones out again. Mark your calendar, second Thursday of May next year. It's the second Thursday every May. We were already talking about the things we're gonna do next year for it, but you've got to get connected with Red Day. It's not just about, yes, it's about helping them and changing their lives, but it's connecting us as a family too. So go ahead, put that on your calendar real quick.
Everyone in your database needs to know what goes on so that perception.
And other agents,
Yeah.
that's a big thing that was across the country this year. Agents from other companies joined. So anybody you know with a heart, have them join us too.
Yeah, no, we had several guests there and they were wowed by that.
We won't even make them wear a red shirt if they don't want to.
And they did.
Yeah. All right, back to Onward.
Yes.
Hi.
I'm Tori Hunt with Onward Agent Services. We do transaction coordination, database management, and marketing. So if you need any help, reach out. But I want to introduce Christine. If you haven't met her yet, she started with us full-time a couple weeks ago. If you haven't met her, you should. You need some Christine in your life.
Oh, welcome, Christine.
Yeah, thank you very much. Super excited. So
Thank you.
thank you, guys.
Thank you for coming up. And,
Casey.
hi, this is Casey. Hey, everybody.
There's not a lot going on.
I'll never forget the first time.
Like the first.
My first team meeting, he comes on, I'm like, what the heck just happened?
I was sleeping.
All the energy went like, wow. All right,
He woke me up.
yeah, that's right.
No, not a lot going on so far this week with the housing market. It is a big week, so it's gonna be up or down. We don't know yet until the reports start coming out, a lot of reports. But one thing that's been driving me nuts on social media. So I'm gonna ask you guys questions, true or false. When the Fed raises rates, that affects our mortgage rates, true or false?
False.
Correct, thank you. Put that on Facebook, please. Inflation is good for mortgage rates. True or false?
Oh.
Everybody's jumping in on that one quick.
Didn't know that was the question.
True or false? Inflation is good.
In a way, yes.
False.
No, it's true.
No, it's false.
Okay.
Well, it could be true here.
Yes.
My next
In
question,
a way, it could be.
recession is good for
That's
mortgage
right.
rates.
I know it, because they have to lower it.
True.
True. Recessions are great for mortgage rates. So recession works double for us. So basically rates get better, housing does drop a little bit or may level out more. So we're all hoping for a recession unless we're getting ready to retire. Then we don't want a recession.
But what we have right now is called stagflation. If you want to know
Correct.
about that, you can come see me.
Correct. So yeah, so guys, it's one of those things where I see this stuff online and it drives me nuts. We're like, Fed's raising rates, 0.25%, mortgage rates are going up 0.25%. No, they're not. So if you see that on Facebook, jump in there and tell them why. Tell them how, why it's not affecting the mortgage rates. So
Get ready for a debate.
Exactly.
It's bonds and what that directly.
the mortgage rates, it's bonds. It's usually the 10-year
Bonds.
treasury or the 30-year treasury.
That's right.
Okay, but here's the thing. Somebody says, I can't buy now because the interest rate is whatever. Well, it's better to buy now in case it goes up. And they say, well, what if it goes down? Then refinance. They'd love to do refinances in a year also. So either way,
Yes.
whatever the market is right now, it's still great.
And then their overall wealth that they're losing as a person is insane. I've got a cost to wait calculator. And people that wait 6 months, and this is very conservative. This is with inflation hitting about 7% or the, increase in the housing market. And just in 6 months, these people are already losing $4,000 to $5,000 in wealth because they haven't bought a house.
That's right.
And then in 3 years, usually, and again, this is very conservative on like that, because we had 19.2% raise in the housing market. I'm using sevens, which is obviously really low. And in 3 years, those people are losing 40 to 50 grand in personal wealth. So it does not benefit. And I'm increasing the interest rates each year, everything. I mean, I'm playing a, worst case scenario. And it's amazing how much wealth your clients could be losing if they don't buy a house. Do they have to buy something right now that's less than what they want? More than likely, yeah. They can't afford a $300,000 house anymore. They may have to go to 250. But that's part of it.
But they're in the game.
They're in the game because they're just going to create equity. And then in 3, 4, 5 years, they're gonna have all that equity to put down on a bigger house.
Renting is like making car payments on a car you're never gonna own.
So what is current interest rate?
Right
Just
now,
Give me, like, it's 5 to 6%, right?
correct. So 5.5-ish.
The
basically.
current-
5.75.
The current rent interest rate is 100%.
Hey.
So it's always
And
better.
your rent payment's usually more than your housing
Yeah.
payment.
And people say, well, I don't want to pay taxes when I'm renting. The landlord's figured that in.
Exactly.
It's a donation. It's
Thank you,
not-
Casey.
No problem.
Appreciate
Cool.
that.
I love having people in-house that can help us with info.
That's right, that's right.
I love also having brokers in-house.
You mean like this one? That's
This
coming
one.
up here right now?
Yeah.
He's gonna come up and join us and bestow upon us. How many years of real estate wisdom do you have, Jim?
28.
Is that right?
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, I got in when I was 12.
I-
So, first thing is, it was brought to my attention, a past inspection 2 years ago on a local inspection company, doesn't matter who it is, did a septic inspection. The buyer thought and the agent thought, but now there's a problem with the septic, it was undersized, it's not working properly and all that. So they went back to the inspection company, and the inspection company says, well, look right on the top page, it doesn't say inspection, it says evaluation. So, point being, if you send somebody out or if you call to set up an inspection for your clients, you should say, I want a septic inspection, which would include what?
Having them drained.
Hydraulic test, open it up, look at the baffles, et cetera, right?
Yeah.
And you don't have to know crap. About septics. But you should know to call it an inspection versus an evaluation. An evaluation, in my opinion, would just be, I'm looking at it, yeah, it looks okay, but I'm not.
It's a
testing
septic.
it. Yeah, there it is, the lid's off. And the other thing is, you know, a broker's job is pretty clear to me, and maybe not to you guys sometimes. A lot of times we interpret or help you to understand contracts and contract language, right? I mean, I get those calls all the time. What does this say? What does this say? But other times, we get these challenges. You know, people come in and say, well, I've got this and I've got that. And my favorite is, and the other agent is a Keller Williams agent. Like, no poop. I mean, you do 5,000 plus transactions a year, you're probably going to run into another Keller Williams agent. Here's what I want to tell you. If you've ever been to the ocean and there's mountains nearby, it's all about perspective, isn't it? If you're looking west or east, pardon me, you're standing on the top of the mountain, what do you see? Shrubs, sand, pretty much nastiness. You turn around the other way, what do you see? The ocean. It's beautiful. Totally different view. So it's a matter of perspective, isn't it? And perception. What you need to do as an agent, you've got this challenge and you're all upset.
Turn around.
Just turn around. Okay, now I'm on the other side. Let me have a look at it from their point of view. If you did that every time, you probably wouldn't come with me with vitriol about here's what's going on and this agent did that and their client's doing this. That's not the way to approach a solution for a problem. The way to approach it is that 1,000-mile view. You know, you look down on it and see both sides of it, hope you can come to a solution. Sometimes the solution is not going to be favorable for your client, correct? Yeah. Accept the fact. Who gets to make the decision whether it's favorable or not? Client, not the agent. Just stay out of the way. You give them the opportunities, the options, and say, okay, here's where you're at. You need to make a decision. It's either move forward, we stop here, call the attorney. But it's not your decision, so stay out of it. That's not your job. Your job is to fill in client contracts, consult with your clients, guide them through the process, but not to make decisions for them.
That's right.
Amen.
Amen, brother.
100%. There it is. That is
Just a reminder. I know you all knew that.
That is one of the.
I always love my buyer or my seller. Well, you're representing them and helping them make the decision. It's not so.
And be a guide, be someone that's helping them make a decision because it is their decision. And so
Absolutely.
It's when we interject ourselves, when we falsely put ourselves into the position of the client, that's when all kinds of problems happen. And so I totally agree with that.
I always say, I'm not the one who's gonna make the mortgage payment. You have to make the
That's
decision.
exactly right.
So
That's exactly right.
I do love having Jim here on site.
Yes.
You know, there's virtual brokerages where you don't have anybody to help you or give this kind of insight. And I think it's so important, and I love that we got him and Don here for all they do. Let's give them a round of applause.
Yes. It's actually one of my favorite things to tell people when we're giving a tour of our office, when we're recruiting, being able to say that we have people on site, and when people don't have that, they're like, wait, really? You go, you don't know what it's like. A lot of you that have been in KW this long, a lot of brokerages don't have that, and that is a major attractive thing. So thank you, Jim and Don. I really, really appreciate that. All right.
Continuing ed.
It's happening.
Yeah. So there's some on-site or in-seat classes at the board if you need those.
Yep.
And you've gotten this email. We'd just like to put these reminders.
I wanted to do a plug for those CE classes. We are not having another option, definitely not before June, which broker licenses are due by the end of June 30th. So you need to have all 12 hours plus renew online with the MREC. And then salesperson licenses are due by the end of September, so September 30th.
Yeah.
So don't wait till September 29th. That's not enough time.
Do it. Get registered, get on there, make sure you get this done. This is like, I mean, this is why you're a realtor, right?
Exactly.
We gotta get that done. This one is super cool. Every time I've ever had an instructor come from the MLS and give tips and tricks about new updates and what's changed, I have learned stuff that I can't even tell you how valuable it is. And like saving you immense amount of time. You learn like, you can do that and you didn't even know. These are really great classes. I highly advise.
So I ran into something the other day. On Flex, you know, you can set up a search for somebody. You know, there's also a subscription to it and a portal. I knew people who were setting up a search, but didn't realize the other two steps. So they were sending houses to themselves and not to the clients.
Oh, Lord help us.
So their clients weren't seeing anything hit the market.
Oh.
So you've got to know how to use this stuff to make it better for your people.
Well, and just as a quick note, if your client has a portal, if you actually do it right, you give them a portal, they actually have the ability to create a new one.
New search?
A new search.
No, not on this Flex.
What? They
Nope.
should?
They can, but it won't save.
No, I'm pretty sure they can.
They cannot.
Maybe you should go to that class.
I smell a wager, another bullet.
I will wager that
There we
they can sign their own and create their own.
And it won't save.
What's that?
I'll bet you $100.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we're on. Uh-oh. You're on, buddy. I bet you can. Okay. Deadline, state leadership. If you guys have not considered being a part of leadership, do it. I was just talking with Brian, who is now betting me. That's even better. You should join if you lose. How about that?
He's not gonna lose those.
Yeah. Dude, I guarantee it. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Did you know?
Okay, so this week is about stats and numbers. This is one the board just put out. 56.7 billion of the gross product of Missouri, 15.7% was, I can't talk, was real estate. That is how valuable we are to our state. So that's
15.7% of the gross state product in 2021, last year, of the 56.7 billion.
I think. It's the 15.7%. I didn't know if that meant this is how much we did or if we're part of that. Yeah. So that many dollars.
Yep. Wow.
Okay, so a lot of today is on stats. Once we get, one more thing on
Well, they
calendar.
got sent this, correct?
Yeah, everyone got that.
Because you can click those links and it'll give you all the cool data. These are fun facts and figures that you can make a post about that make you that much more of the reliable resource for real estate to your database. Huge.
And we don't have a slide up yet on the Cardinals or the Realtor Day at the ballpark, but it's coming up. Last year we had a ton of them, a ton of our people there. We're gonna have baseball jerseys, but it'll have that is our market center number. It's supposed to be 369. But we'll have these for our group also. So be watching for this. This is the rough draft that was sent to us. But there were so many agents there last year. It was 500 plus. And I think 120 of them were us.
It was so cool.
And so I thought if we had 120 Keller Williams shirts out through that crowd, that'd be kind of cool.
That would
So
be neat.
we're working on that also.
Very cool. You guys all get sent this. This is keeping you up to date about what the GSBR is doing. And this week's focus is the language of real estate, Mike.
Which stands for
Because
lore.
The lore. Okay.
So take notes, take screenshots. This is a lot of this info you can use as we go through things for your own marketing, for whatever you need to use out there.
Okay, these are way up in a lot of ways that we're about to cover, but 343, this is a little bit down because we're in midway through the month.
Yeah.
So the only reason this isn't as high as it normally is because
The number of closings, as you know, most of us put closings at the end of the month. Wow, that was fun.
An angel just got
So you'll see the closing number do this every month and then go up, and the last week of the month is always huge on the closing number.
Look at that, 73. That's the highest I've seen in
Yeah,
a
the East area.
long time. I mean, that might even be the highest I've ever seen here at this point. So there we go. And look at this, 772. The last time we had that, Mike, what was it?
Right after July 4th of last year. So
Right
we're
there.
still tracking about 6 weeks ahead of last week's.
But it's getting back to that normal rhythm. That's what it typically was.
And so when I was doing the numbers this weekend, I saw a couple of interesting stats because, we've been putting up here, how many houses sold in 1 day or less? Anybody remember what the average has been? Anybody remember? 75 to 80 for the past month or more. That's how many have sold in 1 day or less. This last week, 52. So 22 less houses or 25 less houses sold
Per
that
day.
fast.
Per day.
In 1 day on the market.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
but that's the fact so we're seeing something change. It doesn't mean that we're like the world is changing tomorrow, but we're seeing it start.
And yet, what we're about to see is how many more homes are on the market in all the different markets, correct? So we've got April, so
So
this is last month.
These are our market centers numbers. Month over month reminder means this April compared to last April. Year to date is where we are this point in the year compared to last year at the same point. The same trend we've seen forever all this year. Closed units are down, closed volume is up because less house sales, more cost. And you see that on listings taken. Actually, we've been negative on listings taken the last 2 months.
That's right. So we are actually up in a way where we're not negative.
So for the year, we're now ahead on number of listings taken compared to last year.
That
Last year
should
was
be a
insane.
big shocker. That should be really shocking.
But listings taken volume is up 30%. So the
Yes.
dollar amounts are still going up more. Listings sold, we didn't sell as many units as last April, but it was almost the same dollar amount. Less work? Well, yeah, unless you've written 17 contracts for somebody. Contracts written units, way down. But still, for the year, we're over. And closed GCI, way up.
Remember, and there's things called lead indicators and lag indicators. That contracts written units is a lead indicator. That means that's it's called a windshield number. That means it's what's coming to you, right? So that will be showing up later in next month's.
Should be closing,
Numbers.
assuming
That's
everything
right.
stays together and all that kind of
That's
stuff.
right. All right, perfect. Shall we move on to the next
Yep,
one?
let's go to the next one.
Do you want to talk about the stars?
The stars, every time I go through these, some things stick out to me, so I try and get more detail on that.
So you'll see next slides.
Okay.
These are talking about some of those.
And these are
aspects.
small from the back, I know. Closed volume for last month was 126 million.
That's the third highest ever.
Yeah. So even though it's low on the statistics, there were only 2 months last year that were higher. And that was
June and July.
June was 148 million, July was 128 million. So we're tracking about 6 to 7 weeks ahead of where we were last
That's
year.
right, that's right. Any questions about this? Because this closed volume piece is, every realtor's making a lot more per deal.
They're
Basically,
just
that's what
doing
that-
less deals.
They're doing less deals. Okay, top ranking. This is
So
powerful.
this came out from the region yesterday. Our region is called Greater Heartland, and it's the 5 states of Missouri, Arkansas, Kansas, Nebraska, and Iowa. Of all the Keller Williams in these 5 states, we were number 2. So that's something you can
Give
share.
yourself a round of applause. That's no small feat.
What cracks me up, everybody says, well, the big cities are doing whatever. Oh, yeah, Kansas City, Prairie Village is a Kansas City suburb, St. Louis, Chesterfield, that's a high-end Kansas or St. Louis area suburb. Fayetteville is not as big, Wichita, Lee Summit is St. Louis area. We're ahead of all these big cities. People think, well, little Springfield in the Ozarks. We'll show you.
Big deal. This is very cool.
And several of our individual teams and groups were on another slide that we just sent it out to on the Facebook page. But this is the main one I wanted everybody to see, is how well we've done.
Well, and not only that, but our average sales price is not even close to the highest.
Exactly.
So that is a big deal to say that we're doing that many more deals at a lower average sales price to be number 2. It means we're working
Good
harder.
old Southern Missouri
Harder and
work
smarter.
ethic.
I like it. All
Okay.
right, average sales price, there it is. Oh, this is crazy if you can't read this. 163,000 or 263,000 is the average sales price, up from last year at 202. We're talking $60,000 up in 1 year.
Yep. And 3,000 up from last month. So like Casey said, oh, interest rate went up a quarter of a point. You just lost $3,000. So you got to get into the game. So talk with your people, say, look, having a high interest rate or a perceived high interest rate is better than not having equity built.
Well, and remember, this is like everybody's getting a raise.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting a huge raise. Take advantage of it right now and really, really go out there. This is you've heard of make way, hay while the sun shines. It's now.
The sun's out.
The sun is out. Do it. There we go. This is how you access your multi-year trends. This is how you are going to see your numbers so you can actually track your business. You can't change what you don't track.
Exactly. And you'd be amazed to see where you are compared to last year.
Yep.
And this helps you know what you need to do differently or what I always loved about it, I get in the midst of sound like, man, I just don't feel like I'm getting anything done. And then I look back to last year, I'm like, I'm ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I should take a day and celebrate.
There you go. Absolutely. Celebrate the wins along the way, you guys.
Exactly.
Okay. key metrics here. These are really, really good.
Oh,
as
I
far
forgot to change the word March here. This is April, but it says the wrong thing.
Nice.
I know, I failed.
Net, our new agents, 10 last month. Closed units, 479. I don't know if you guys might remember, but we celebrated the first time we broke 400. My first year as team leader. Do you guys remember that? We had a 400 party. We had a big golden 400.
And then like a week or a month later, we had a 500.
500. Like, so we are almost at 500 again. And so this is a major deal. The fact that we're actually being able to keep up based upon the lack of inventory, the lack of listings that are happening out there, all the homes being down as much as they are, for us to can still be putting out these big numbers means that we're changing our strategy to compete.
And talking about looking forward, we listed 327 homes last month. And you know, most of those are gonna sell in a week.
Yeah.
That means 327 automatic sales, not counting buyers. Well, not automatic, but you get
So-
where I'm going on that.
Yeah, that's a lead
Okay.
indicator.
But most important, all the numbers are great, but people is what really matters. So we want to make sure that you know who our new people are. Jennifer Proctor, she's back there.
Yay!
I think, did I type something weird there?
It's like two names.
Jordan Roberts, Deanna Rogers, Luis Ocampo, who I think he's online, Quentin Smith, Cassidy Tudorino, Monica Kelly, Abby Weber, Noah Chavez, Dallas Finley, Andrea Nolan. Anybody else in here? There.
There you are, two
Did
more.
I missed you, sorry.
I thought you liked me.
He's the one about the
I
donuts.
love you, you bring
No
donuts.
more donuts, I'm done.
We were wood splitting buddies.
Oh,
Actually, Jennifer too, there were
dude.
3 of us.
They were working hard back there.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Hey, did you all have any ticks?
Yeah, anybody get any ticks?
Lots.
Yeah.
Lots?
Yeah, I had a bunch.
Wow.
We were cleaning brush and we.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there you go.
So there's this guy in Germany.
Oh, no.
And he had a clock
Oh,
and it
no.
would just go tick, 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 tick. And he goes to, he says, we have ways of making you talk. Okay, going on.
That was one of the worst. That was one of the worst.
Don't worry, they'll get worse.
And we've
Reached a new low.
Okay,
all right.
here's the fun stats. This is, and I want you to notice, I put an asterisk by every one where it's lower than last month.
I don't see any asterisks.
Greene County, we're up on active listings. And this was the snapshot of Monday morning. Christian County up, Webster County up, Taney up.
By a
Stone,
lot, by the way.
177. There's a reason for that. We'll tell you in a second. Polk up. Every county is up on available listings as of yesterday. So you put that with the fact that 52 sold in a day instead of 77, we're seeing a slight shift in things.
That's right. Yep. All right, here we go. Active listings city by city. Oh, there's only one asterisk, Mike.
Yeah, Nixon went down 3. Everything else went up. Springville went up 50.
That's incredible.
Ozark's up, Republic's up, Willard, all of them. Stratford doubled. Bolivar's up. Every city has more listings than this same time last month.
This is encouraging for your buyers, and that's what one of our main messages is for
Exactly.
you guys today, is to go back to your buyers that maybe got disappointed, maybe were like upset, maybe felt like they were disheartened, and so, and say, hey, guess what? There's a lot more inventory than there was before.
It makes you mad when you're in a bidding war and you lose. In
Yeah.
fact, my daughter in Kansas City just lost a one yesterday, and she's like, I don't even want to look at a house anymore. I said, I know. Wait
It's
a
just,
day.
it's disheartening. It's so disheartening to make that call, letting them know that one that they really got their hopes up, they didn't get.
Yeah.
It sucks. It sucks to make the phone calls to the 10 people that wrote offer on your listing and say, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. And all those people were like really trying, right? So this is a big deal.
So a lot of what we do is psychological counseling, helping people go, okay, things are gonna be okay.
And so okay, this is helping to say
Yeah.
that, yes. All right, price breakdown.
By breakdown, price. Okay, 0 to 100,000 went up,
It went up,
which is,
first time in a
yeah,
while.
because the average sales price now is in this 200 range.
That's right. Remember, that was one of the only ones that was negative last time, if you remember we did it last month.
Every column here is up. The one big anomaly is 1,092 to 120.
That is not normal.
Here's-
Tell them why.
Here's what I think it is. There are a lot of vacation rentals in Branson that are being listed, bought, then resold a week later at a higher price, and they're in that price range. And these homes aren't even be built till 2024.
That's right. We're talking 2 to 3
So-
years to build it.
So you have to buy the lot first for 100,000, then you have to do a $20,000 or $30,000 deposit on
Some
it.
of those lots were a lot more than 100,000.
Yeah, and then they're being bought and sold before they exist. which is scary.
Crazy, you guys.
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
I know. So that's what a lot of these are. Look up the street Clevenger Cove, Clevenger, and you'll be like, holy cow.
Well, and I like, when we were talking about this, we feel like there's a potential ability for people to be saving themselves via taxes.
Yeah, it's probably out-of-state money, being a tax shelter,
Tax
jumping
shelter.
around.
That's what we figure on that. That's
Cove.
Clevenger Cove.
Clevenger Cove, yep. And so and there's how many of them? 80?
It keeps, well, they'll list and go pending that day and they don't exist.
They don't even exist.
It's crazy.
Wow. And so there's multiple of these sections happening.
There are some that have been built.
Yes.
Clevenger's the newest one, just for an example. And it's right next to where my dad's house used to be. It used to be this giant forest and now it's all.
Well, and they haven't even put in the infrastructure. The road isn't there, you guys. That's what's shocking to me. I've seen things, and that's why I've said I've never seen it before, because usually the plumbing, electrical, and roads are there when this is happening, but never like this. This is like.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't mind selling a couple of those.
I know, right? Yeah. Hey, let's do that.
You get through inspections easy when it doesn't exist.
Hey, when you've upped your money by 20 to 30%, it makes it pretty easy to sell it quickly. All right,
So-
price breakdown for Green and Christian.
So this is more specific for our area. This is Christian and Green. And you'll notice lower end went up, everything went up except the 200 to 300, and it went down a little.
Because I think that's where the real money is happening right now. More people are buying in that area than any of the other categories. That's the only reason why I think it went down.
Here you see a little more stability in the bigger price range too.
Yeah.
It's not as big of a change.
That's right. Because
Okay.
it didn't count that area.
Right.
There it is.
So a lot of this that you're seeing is to help you know how to talk to people because, I saw this on Facebook today,
While he's
which
doing
means
that,
it's true.
notice the 114. This is a huge jump. I would definitely be camping these type of properties or, showing your clients those properties. This is new inventory that is probably pretty quality.
What about the 500 to 750 is almost double.
Yeah.
So this is a post from someone in Phoenix today in the Club Wealth Group. I think several of you are in this, and I'm going to just hit snippets of it. It said,
In the wealth committee?
Wealth Building Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
Any changes in your market yet? In the last 4 weeks, we've felt drastic changes in the Phoenix metro area. Check out this daily report. May 15th, for years, buyers have been crying out for more supply. Their wish is finally coming true. In the last 7 days, we saw more than 3,000 listings added to their MLS service for the first time since 2010. With the demand dropping below normal, this torrent of new listings is growing our active inventory at the fastest rate since 2005. If you can afford the new interest rates or buying cash, there's suddenly a lot more homes to choose from. It goes on but here's a phrase I heard or that she said, and I love this because this tells exactly where we are. This tells us that the previously crazy hot market has turned into just a hot market. So yeah, we're not saying, it's the total change. It's going from crazy hot to hot, which means there's still gonna be multiple offers. There's still that kind of stuff going, but it's gonna see a gentle change as we go on.
Well, and I think that there have been there's that level of franticness that happened. I think that franticness is gonna go away very soon within like the next week or two. And that there is gonna be that much more inventory, that there will be less offers on that many homes. So you're not gonna be seeing
Correct.
crazy overbidding. So I think that the hotness is still there, but the craze isn't there. Stop.
The crazy hot matrix.
I know. I love that one.
Yeah.
That is so fun.
Okay, so here's what you need to be doing right now. What does all this data mean? Nothing if you just go,
Yeah. Oh, that's neat.
very entertaining.
No, share it.
Yeah,
Contact your.
contact your listing leads. If they're on the fence about selling, it may be best to do it sooner rather than later. If they're wanting to catch this market, they want to catch the top of the wave. They don't want to catch it as it's going down.
That's right.
Even if it's just going down gently. And this is a conversation for your people that are on the
Yeah,
fence.
and we've said it a bunch, but I'm gonna say it again because there's newer people here too. This is literally the best time ever in the history of Southern Missouri to sell your house. I would be saying that on the regular. Ever! I mean, yes, rates were a little bit lower a couple weeks ago, but guess what? It still didn't change it. Look at our average sales price.
Yeah.
$260. It's never happened. There you go. Contact your frustrated buyers like we were talking about earlier. Tell them to keep up hope.
Tell them you're seeing more inventory
Yep.
and you're not just hearing it, you're seeing numbers.
Yep.
You've seen the stats now that show our local MLS is getting more inventory each day.
These are real facts figures. What do they call facts matter?
Yeah.
That is the real thing right there.
And the second one, the reason I put that on there, I know there's people in your database you haven't talked to for 6 months because they gave up.
Mhm.
It's time for a call. Say, hey, just want to touch base with you. I knew you were frustrated before. It's, don't give up.
Well, and we said this in one of our top 20% masterminds not long ago. I guarantee you there are people that moved out here from another place, and they might not have necessarily known the area. They might not have known the home that they were in. They might have not known what would flood. Okay. And I would say that this is an opportunity for them to either move up or to scale down. Like this, we realized we bought too much house. We don't want this much land, whatever it is. I guarantee you there's a conversation to be had that will absolutely draw a lot more listings to the table that are people ready to kind of either move up or move down based upon them now knowing the areas, they know the communities.
You just made me think of something too. So last year, people bought in a frenzy and they said, oh, this house doesn't really fit me.
Yeah.
It's going up in equity.
That's right.
Talk to your old dad. Talk to the people you sold to a year ago.
Yeah.
Like a quarterly call and command.
No way.
Like it would help you keep track of this stuff.
Like a reminder?
But they might go, you know what? I jumped. This was more house than I needed. There's a listing and another buyer right there
That's
for you.
right. So next week's focus, ALC culture.
Yes.
We're going to have some guest hosts.
We will be at a meeting up in Kansas City because they want to see what secrets we have. No. So every time we're gone in the third week of the month, we try to have the ALC different committees host things.
Yep. So Trey Watson and Gabby Verdugo are going to be hosting the team meeting.
It'll be a lot better than when it's us.
I mean, I actually don't know Gabby's full numbers, but here's a person that literally got into business green off the blocks and did, I actually don't remember, how many deals?
56.
56 deals in her first year? Huh, I think she could probably have something to say to everybody.
I think so.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, we're gonna do some drawings.
Drawing time. So also on that, next week when Trey and Gabby they're gonna go through our normal stuff, but they're also gonna dig in on what their culture committee does or their ALC committee. Because we want you all to realize, like Red Day, the ALC is what runs the market center. The people in that help make things happen. We're just here to help kind of guide and
And we're gonna hit our yearly goal like halfway through the year.
Exactly. All right,
That's awesome.
today's winner. Today's winner either gets Keller Williams socks or
with hearts.
yes, or a Keller Williams phone charger with 2 inputs. So
And USB.
So when you're sitting by the pool and your phone's about to die, you can still be taking offers. All right, so today's winner who gets to choose is, oh, that one feels good. Ready? Elise Ellis.
Oh.
Oh, you got cute socks on?
No.
Oh. Everybody look at Elise's feet.
Yeah, the cord is in the box.
Thank you. No, Kim wanted me to get socks. Those are men's socks. I don't wear those kinds of socks.
Thanks for attending. We appreciate you guys being a little bit longer than normal, but it was good to make sure. How good was this info, you guys? This is very awesome. This is good valuable information you take out.
So it's summer. Let's get out there. It's over.
What time is it? Summertime. It's our vacation. What time is it? Party time. That's right. Say